What's going on, YouTube? UFC Fight Night Atlanta. Usman versus Buckley is taking place this Saturday, and I'm gonna give you my full breakdown and predictions for each fight on the card, starting with the prelims, ending with the main event, of course, and no face cam today. Um, yeah, we're not doing face cam today, but starting with Jamie Lynn Horst versus Vanessa Demopoulos, I'm gonna say. I'm going Jamie Lynn Horst. These are two. I mean, come on. I think they're both coming off losses. They're both coming off losses. Um, there's a 5-inch height advantage for Jamie, I think. Yeah, not gonna spend too much time on this. I'm going with Jamie Lynn. Moving on. Phil Rowe versus Angie Luza. I'm actually gonna go with Phil Rowe by decision. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Cameron Smotherman versus Ricky Simon. You know, Cameron Smotherman's last fight, he showed me absolutely nothing. It was just boring, and it was just a horrible, boring, nothing burger of a fight. Ricky Simon's last fight was Javid Bassarat, I think. They were on the same card, if I'm not mistaken, and he got a KO in the first round. So he's riding high off that. But then before, he did drop 3 fights in a row. I'm still gonna go with Cameron Smotherman. That last Ricky Simone knockout, I don't believe he has that in him. I think Cameron does a good job of not getting hit while doing minimal damage on the outside. What's their stats? What's their height? Yeah, Cameron's got a 3-inch reach advantage or height advantage, same reach, basically same leg reach. I'm gonna go with Cameron Smotherman, 29-28. Picks the first round, very dull first round. Ricky Simone gets a takedown in the second round, beats him up a little bit in the second round, wins convincingly. Cameron gets back to his feet at the end of the round. And in the third round, it's competitive back and forth, and then Cameron edges it out to a 29-28 decision. Moving on. Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. I'm not picking Cody Durden to win a fight. I'm sorry. I don't like Cody Durden. This is a completely biased pick. I'm gonna go with Jose. Cody Durden, he just doesn't do it for me, man. His striking is subpar. His grappling is subpar. I think I've only seen maybe one of Jose's fights. I feel like it was a long time ago though, and he lost. Am I tripping? Yeah, no. He's only had one fight in the UFC, I'm pretty sure. He's only had one fight in the UFC. Yeah, I'm going with Jose. I think he's gonna knock Cody Durden out in the second round, and we're moving on. Fuck Cody Durden. Oh, here we go. Moving on to in the prelims, we got my boy Malcolm Wellmaker versus Chris Mutino. I'm obviously going Malcolm Wellmaker by first round KO. Malcolm's too slick on the feet, man. He is way too slick on the feet. I think this is just another layup for him. He does everything. He's very technically sound. He does everything right. Yeah, man. I think they just, I don't know. I think they just threw Chris Mutino is the guy that got knocked out by Sean O'Malley. I think. Yeah, he is. He's the dude that got knocked out by Sean O'Malley on that McGregor card. Yeah, I got Malcolm Wellmaker first round KO. Mutino can take a little bit of damage, but Malcolm's too slick on the feet. Too powerful. First round knockout from Malcolm. And he'll take a little damage in this fight. And then he should be able to make another quick turnaround. Hopefully he can get on like an Alex Pereira card or something, get his name up even more. Moving on, Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. I'm going Michael Chiesa, second round submission. I think he's gonna be just like every other Michael Chiesa fight. He's gonna start out. They're gonna be out of range, and he's gonna force the takedown. It's gonna be a boring as fuck first round, and Michael Chiesa is gonna get him down, do probably minimal damage. And second round he'll do the same thing, but he'll work his way to an arm triangle, I want to say. Court McGee is 40. 40 oh, whoops. Court McGee is 40 years old. Whatever. I'm pretty sure Court McGee is 40 years old. He's 1-3 in his last 4. 2 of those were knockouts. He can handle himself on the ground, but I mean, his pathway to victory is a decision because he doesn't finish many fights, and I don't see him getting a decision victory over Michael Chiesa, who's going to be trying to lay on top of him for 3 rounds. Michael Chiesa, second round arm triangle. We're moving on to the last fight on the prelims. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul fucking Craig, the inaugural light heavyweight champ. I'm gonna take the underdog pick, man. I'm going Paul Craig, third round submission. I think Paul Craig is, first of all, let's get this out of the way. Bellato has to get him out of there earlier. Bellato has a lot of power early. We saw that against Jimmy Crute. He's not bad on the feet. He's susceptible to being taken down, though. And another thing to note is this fight was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago, and he pulled out due to herpes. So, that's that. Paul Craig is Paul Craig. He's horrible on the feet. He has one move, and it's his legendary rib-shattering body kick. And otherwise, he has the stand-up of a 10-year-old girl. I could see Bellato just eating him up early, but him not being able to finish Paul Craig. And then in the second round, I can see Paul Craig, like, them clinching and Paul Craig pulling guard and it being a stalemate there. And then I can see the exact same thing happening in the third round, but Paul Craig gets a triangle finish. And I'm going to take the underdog pick. I know this is not a popular opinion, and I'm going to be looking stupid when Paul Craig's laying unconscious in the first round because Bellato's powerful as fuck in the first round. But, going to take my underdog pick and run with it. Moving on. Alonzo Menifield versus Umar Sy. I'm going with Umar Sy by round 1 KO. Alonzo Menifield, you can't trust him to have any type of IQ, balance, striking, anything in the big 2025. Sy's he's 6'4", built well, decent strike. This is a layup for Umar. Just get him in the rankings. Alonzo Menifield's a layup. This is like giving what's his name, Terrence McKinney. What's his name? Can't think. Alonzo Menifield this is a layup for him. I could see Sy finishing this anywhere from stand up to a submission. I'm gonna say round 1 KO. And yeah, round 1 KO for Umar Sy. Moving on. Mensur Abdul Malik versus Cody Brundage. Obviously I'm going with Abdul Malik. Cody Brundage is an awful he's awful at fighting. He's not, but he's pretty awful at fighting. Mansour is a fucking muscle ball powerhouse. You would expect him to not be able to like keep that up for the duration of a fight, but he's got some sneaky cardio. Not sneaky cardio, but like he doesn't get tired like you would think he is. His last win, he got that knockout against Nicholas Klein or Nick Klein, whatever, on that Song Yadong card. If I'm not mistaken, he has like six knockouts in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, six knockouts in a row. I think he's gonna go out there and just put a hurting on Cody Brundage in the first round and knock him out stiff. Yeah, there's not much to say about this. There's a reason Cody Brundage is a plus 550 underdog. Moving on, Cody Garbrandt versus Honey. Wow, and it's an Atlanta card. What the fuck am I on? Ronnie Barcelos. Wow, I said Honey. Any fucking way. I'm going Cody Garbrandt by... I can see this being a really fire card, honestly. But I'm going to Cody Garbrandt by... Sorry, I'm yawning. By second round KO. Barcelos is riding high off the fraud check of Peyton Talbot from January. I think he's just I think Cody's better than him on the feet, and I can count enough on Cody's chin at bantamweight to withstand not getting KO'd by Barcelos. Like I would hope I could count on that. But yeah, I think Barcelos is gonna wrestle Corey. He's gonna get him on the fence in the clinch, and then take him down in the first round, get some elbows off, get some ground and pound. First round's going to end. And then in the second round, Cody's going to enter that flow state that he enters, because I don't believe Barcelos is that good, honestly. Yeah, I think he's going to enter that flow state and one punch and get a one-shot knockout. So rounds 2, KO for Cody Garbrandt. And we haven't seen him in a while. Hopefully he's been working on his craft, you know. Last time we saw him was UFC 300 when he was doing really well on the feet against Davison Figueiredo until he got taken down, and then, you know, he has no takedown defense at this point in his career, I guess. But, you know, he's been in the lab. That was over a year ago. Hopefully he's gotten better. And I'm going to bank on him getting better. He seems to have rejuvenated himself. So I'm going to Cody Garbrandt, round 2 KO. Moving on, Edmund Sherbazian versus Andre Petroski. I don't really care about this fight, man. Do I really care about this fight? I don't. But I'm going with Andre Petroski, 29-28 decision. Edmund doesn't do it for me, man. He does not do it for me. Who did he lose to? It was someone he lost to by submission. Gerald Mearshart. That's what it was. He lost to Gerald Mearshart by submission. And that was recent. He does not do it for me, man. I could see this being a very boring fight going to a 29-28 decision for Petroski. Just outworking him in the clinch, out-muscling him, I think. You know, Sherbazian's got that KO power, but I think Petroski can stay away from that and wrestle him around a little bit. I have no, Gerald Meerschault's gotta, he's known you can't leave him in the fight, but ah, you know, when Andre Petroski's keep coming at you trying to take you to that ground and he's passing your guard and you're too busy, I'm going Petroski by 29-28 decision. Moving on to the co-main event. Oh my gosh, this is the co-main event, man. Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick in the co-main event of a crowded fight night in 2025. Who cares, man? I'm going with Rose Namajunas. I mean, she's actually she's not that skilled, but she's skilled enough on the feet to take care of herself against someone like Miranda Maverick. She's got the reach. Oh gosh, I'm tired. It's so fucking boring watching this. I mean, man, I'm already falling asleep in this fight. Honestly, I've got Rose Namajunas by picking her apart, 30-27 decision. Who cares? Moving on to the main event of the evening, Kamaru Usman in his return versus the hype train that is Joaquin Buckley right now. And I want to say all aboard the hype train because I am all for it. I'm going with Joaquin Buckley by third round TKO over Kamaru Usman. I just want to say that I was not a fan of Joaquin Buckley up until his last performance against Colby Covington. I thought Wonder Boy was piecing him up, or not piecing him up, but yeah, piecing him up in that first round, and then was doing well in the second until Buckley landed that KO. I thought Buckley was sloppy. He couldn't contain himself. I was just always thinking there's somebody that's gonna be too technical for him, and that's not gonna get hit by those big shots when he's moving up in the divisions, like before the Colby Covington fight. I'm saying so, like in Ian Gary. Even though I hate Ian Gary, I always thought Ian Gary would beat him like a Shavkat. I always thought Sean Brady would out wrestle him, but no. Joaquin, and the more I rewatch his fights, Joaquin Buckley is really, really good. He may be a little wild. He may swing out. He may throw leaping, gaping hooks and look like he's fucking fighting somebody on the street. But Joaquin Buckley can be very technical. His footwork's all underrated. I could see him playing. Kamaru Usman can say he doesn't have bad knees. I can see Buckley trying to stomp at those knees of Usman, and I think he's too powerful for him, and I also don't think Buckley. Here's the thing with Buckley, Usman doesn't really go for. I'm lying. The way I see it is, Usman's not the way Usman goes for his takedowns. He won't be able to get and hold Buckley down the way he was able to hold a Leon Edwards down or a Jorge Masvidal. I think Buckley's too explosive to be held down, and I think he's better in the stand-up. Now, Usman is tough, so, he's got some shit going for him. I don't want to just completely ride on the Buckley train, but, Usman's tough, man. He didn't lose to Hamza. To me, he didn't lose. That fight was a draw. He's hard to finish. He's hard to put away. He really is. But I don't know if he's ever faced someone with the explosiveness that Buckley has, and we haven't seen him in a while. I mean, it's been a year and a half since we've seen Kamaru Usman. It's like 604 days or something. Like this is not a fight that you get off the couch. And also to take into consideration, Usman's been on other things. He hasn't been on fighting. I've been seeing Usman everywhere but the fight game for almost 2 years now. He's got that podcast. He's made his money. He has his name in the sport. When these guys have their foot out of the door, when these guys have one foot out of the door, I should say, the other one's following suit soon. And I don't know if he's 100% committed to the game. I saw the interview earlier about him talking about he was gonna get this one and then fucking sit and then fight the winner of JDM Islam and then fucking vacate after winning that and go fight Dricus. Like, it didn't sound like he believed that, you know? Like, you don't believe that you're gonna fucking do that. And if you think you're getting a title shot off of this win anyway after sitting out for 2 years, you're just, I guess you got to be delusional to be good at things in life. But I don't know, man. I think people have figured out that Usman and Colby Covington's style of takedowns, and I think Buckley will be on the front foot in this fight, which is also to his advantage because Kamaru Usman's he's not the greatest fighter off the back foot when he's got to deal with more than a 1-2 coming down the middle like Colby Covington or like Khamzat Chimaev. I think Buckley can integrate his own takedowns and get them on Usman as well. I don't think he will do that. I think he'll try to keep it standing, and that's where I think he'll eventually find that shot and get like I could see it like not like a Wonder Boy knockout, but it's like, okay, Usman's eating too many unanswered shots. We got to step in here. So that's my prediction for that fight. Round 3 TKO for Joaquin Buckley. And then, maybe we can get Buckley versus Shavkat. I can see that fight. And like, it just rolls off the tongue. Buckley versus Shavkat in a co-main event of a pay-per-view at the end of the year. Yeah, so that is my prediction list for UFC Fight Night Atlanta. I hope y'all enjoy, man. Like the video if you enjoy. Comment, subscribe. These videos, I'm not even gonna front like these motherfuckers be hard, man. I'm just chatting. But y'all have a good night, man.